Hear it, and see it when you want it. On demand, audio and video at 630wpro.com.
On track. My Republican opponent has chosen a different approach, doubling down on his support for legislation that constitutes a massive giveaway for big oil and that could expose waters in the North Atlantic, including those off the coast of Rhode Island, to offshore drilling. This legislation is really the central component of his jobs plan and his energy plan, and it's just wrong for Rhode Island. Mr. Doherty has claimed that H.R. 1861 could create up to 1.2 million jobs each year. The same figure, incidentally, touted in a 2009 study by the pro-oil industry American Energy Alliance, an organization reported to have ties to the Koch brothers. This study sought to estimate the economic effect of allowing oil and gas production in previously closed offshore areas, which includes waters in the North Atlantic and Rhode Island. The Sierra Club said, and I quote, "Either Brendan Doherty doesn't realize this bill and others pushed by House Republicans could expose waters off Rhode Island's coast to drilling, or he doesn't care. In either case, his support for a drastic expansion of offshore drilling, which he has already made an integral part of his campaign, is another example of how wrong he is for Rhode Island," end quote. The fact is that the provisions of H.R. 1861 would deem the Bush administration's draft proposed Outer Continental Shelf oil and gas leasing program as approved. That program called for 5 lease sales in the Atlantic Ocean, including one in the North Atlantic planning area, which contains the waters off the coast of Rhode Island. I am proud to be a member of the House Small Business Committee, and I've been focused on trying to help give our local businesses every key to succeed in this difficult economy. I cannot understand how a candidate for Congress in Rhode Island could support legislation that would expose our coastline to big oil companies, opening us to the threat of an oil spill and potentially wreaking economic and environmental havoc on our state. Instead, we need to repeal the $4 billion of tax subsidies that oil companies get every year. We need to support tourism in our state, and we need to use the natural beauty of Rhode Island to attract business, not recklessly opening the waters off Rhode Island to drilling. This is just another example of the danger of sending a person to Congress who's too quick to follow the lead of the extreme House Republican leadership and against the interests of Rhode Island.